tira. Tēnā koutou e pīkau mai nei te taonga. Tōna ahua, heri teki te taonga. Ara e prei nei te tīma o Aotearoa. Kia ahi treidi a te ratapu. Kei konei kete e te kapu. Nō reira tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou te Ahuwhenua. Māori o Aotearoa.
The land that we're standing on is what we call Ngai Tukairangi. So it's intergenerational. It means a lot to us. And back in the 80s, when the whole kiwifruit vision was started by our forefathers, was an amalgamation of about 6 Māori blocks here in Matapihi. They came together and formed the Ngai Tukairangi No. 2 Trust, which is what we're standing on right now, of which we have total control of. Development will never happen out here.
We've got a responsibility to our older trustees, our uncles, our aunties, generations before us to make sure that we make wonderful decisions regarding the assets that we've got for our trust. Secondly, we're really driven to make commercial gains and get a pool of assets together that are going to make wonderful returns. But alongside that, we're really driven by making a difference in the lives of our whānau.
The thing that we've done a lot of is getting into new varieties. Initially it was changing from Hayward to the gold variety, the old 16A gold variety, and then in about 2010 it was moving into the G3 variety, and we put a lot of effort into quickly changing over to G3. When PSA first arrived, nobody was sure really what to do, so it took a bit of sorting out, and now we've got good management. Although we haven't eliminated PSA, but we've learnt how to manage it a lot better.
So on this orchard here, which is approximately 57 hectares, we've got 45 hectares of G3, about 12 hectares of Hayward, and the remaining area is in young plantings of G3. Down in Heratonga Orchard, we've got 60 hectares of G3. I was very fortunate when I came here 3 years ago. We've got a good team of permanent workers who work here. There's approximately 12 of them that work here.
So I started acting for Ngai Tukairangi in about 1998. When I started acting for the Trust, they had total assets of around 7 million and they were making less than 500,000 a year. And we fast forward to today and they've now got total assets of 160 million and are making more than $8 million a year, which is fantastic. Recently they've brought commercial properties, they've been investing in things like rocket apples, so other forms of horticulture, and also, whilst it's not a form of diversification, they brought another orchard down in Hastings called Heritonga Orchard. That was a big purchase for the Trust. That cost 40 million, and that Trust is now worth $67 million, which is fantastic. The Trust is earning a 12% return on that investment, on the cost, and on the equity they put in, they're actually earning 60% a year on that investment. So it's been fantastic.
Te Rau Mahara is a name that our esteemed tipuna of this area gave to this place in remembrance of the food truck that the Māori battalion had, which was called Te Rau Aroha. And that food truck was bought by Māori to take those delicacies that Māoris like across to our soldiers in the 28 Māori Battalion in the Second World War. And so in memory of that, our founding chairman, Turirangi Te Kani, was one of those 28 Māori Battalion soldiers, along with many others who are 28 members from our hapu. So in remembrance of their work, we decided to name this place that because it does the same thing. It's a place that provides shelter for all our international and workers who are providing the work that creates a product called kiwifruit, which we send to the world.
I mean, what we know of the horticultural industry is that there's 6,000 horticultural producers. 5% of those are Māori. We heard this morning that for Māori trusts, this is a very lucrative industry, so it makes sense for us to think about how do we ensure that trusts like Ngai Tukairangi can attract their own young people back into the industry, because the benefits will go around into their own economy.